How is everyone out there? And welcome to Thursday evening WebDM Twitch. I am your host and dungeon master, Jim Davis, and I am here with an amazing cast and crew of players who are here to explore this bizarre and dying world that they call home. So, without further ado, let's talk to those players, get a feel for how they've been doing, and head right into the game. Grant, you ready to kick us off?
Well, you know, Web DM Jim, this goblin has earned a rep for dropping rhymes, cutting promos, kicking Trade Town booty, and teaching all the Web DM fanatics about hard times. All you Grantomaniacs out there in chat, you already know my name, but I want you to know that here on Web DM, you're going to learn how to play the game. Because I'm rowdy, rough, and vicious. My goblin's food is the most delicious. It's also quite nutritious, though I'm a tad bit superstitious. So the dice are going to roll. We're going to buy a 10-foot pole. Back to Trade Town we will stroll. And you know us, we all got soul. Woo!
Bravo.
Bravo. Golf clap.
Lindy, how are you doing?
I'm doing super spiffy. You know, Mer might have a little bit more soul currently than the others because she ate some soul grubs. But yeah, I'm so excited for tonight's game. We're with the Drow. We don't know what we're doing, and we're missing Baloo. What wonderful things are going to happen tonight? I don't know. I can't wait to find out.
Oh, yes, hopefully we will find out what's going to happen tonight here very soon. I'm curious as well. TK, how are you?
Sorry, my thing wouldn't unmute. I was freaking out. That's why I'm drinking already, because I'm stressed.
Why are you stressed?
I don't know.
Okay.
I just wanted a reason to drink.
All right.
But yeah, I'm here as Icky doing the ranger thing, not drunk.
Not yet. That's all right.
Ready to play my stressed baby out in the middle of the woods. She's so scared.
Well, Icky has woken up feeling invigorated by her dragon dream.
Yeah, that's right. She's not
so at the very least, there is that.
She's having a great time.
Let's get drunk on WebDM Twitter. Anna, how are you?
Doing great. I feel left out because I'm not drinking wine.
Oh.
Well, you know, it's fine because that means I get to be in character a little bit more.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Personally sober.
Nah, whatever. But yeah, I'm doing great. I'm gonna be playing Ellie, the human barbarian. Such a sweet and innocent child. So.
And violent.
And violent when her friends are hurt.
Exactly.
Good reason.
Excellent. And Josh, good to have you back.
Thank you. I was in the Big Easy, having a good time.
Yeah.
At a wedding. Now I'm back after being sick. So feeling good.
Well, that sounds like a hell of a week.
2 weeks. I'm recovering, but feeling great. Ready to find out what happened to Baloo as well.
All right. So this evening, our party finds themselves at the Drow outpost on the Lower Horn River. They have made their journey up the river to deliver two precious people, Memnon Wrath, the ex-servitor of Lang, who is sought, and Gildan, who is pursued as well. Seeking refuge amongst the Drow, the party has sort of taken a bit of a breather and relaxed. They've had a nice bath, a full tummy of food as they get all the kinds of fruits and vegetables that the Drow grow in their exotic fungal forests. And as they sleep and dream dreams of dragons and whatever else it is that they dream about, we're going to cut over to Baloo, who several days prior had felt the need to go off on his own for a bit and had left a rune for his companions, a wasteland rune signaling to go ahead, I will follow. And Baloo took off on his own across the northern wastes north of the Horn River and trekked there for several days on his own in the wilderness. Josh, why don't you tell us what's going on with Baloo?
Well, Baloo has decided to wander. He's looking for his past. So he tore his robes a little bit, put some ash on, gnashed his teeth, and is out in the wilderness. He's I was thinking he's probably more like pulling a Jesus, actually.
Okay.
He's on spirit quests. No food. Just actually probably the no food thing more than anything would trip him up. He's probably just like going crazy.
Right, and he hadn't eaten any of the infernal fare that was offered by Akmenos, had he?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
So on that first day that Baloo is heading north, Baloo sees something in the desert approaching him, a figure of some sorts. You're in that part of the desert north of the Horn River where it's just like gravel and sand and nothing else. It's hard packed. It's not like a duney type sand. There are mesas in the distance occasionally that you might see fire coming from, a small village or settlement perhaps. But for the most part, it is empty, and it's just blazing hot sun and red sandy desert.
Home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, home. So this figure looks like it's approaching in the distance.
Correct. From like a heat haze, you see it approaching you.
Gosh, I'm going to assume it's an illusion, or not an illusion, a mirage.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to wander in its general vicinity anyway.
It comes straight for you, and as it gets closer, you see it's a figure, a lizard folk, in fact. And as the figure draws closer, you recognize it as Jasper, Baloo's mentor, who brought him into the fold all those years ago and trained him in the ways of the druids of the Fellowship. I'm not sure how long it's been since you've seen Jasper. Only you can answer that. But this is an ethereal image of your mentor approaches out of the desert heat.
Is that really you?
It is me, Baloo.
Excellent. So you're not just an illusion.
You know just as well as I that when we commune with the tree, we can cast our spirits a great many leagues.
I'm not communing with the tree right now, Master, Sensei, Mentor.
I know, Baloo. We missed you when the servitors came. We could have used your fire there.
I lost my fire, metaphorically speaking.
What happened, Baloo?
I found my past. I found death. I found another world where life is meaningless. And then I realized it's not all that far from here. And so I came looking for it. Life, death, past, here.
Jasper looks around, and you can see through him. Clearly, an image mirage of some sort.
He's force ghosting me.
Sure. Yeah, in a lot of ways. It looks out across the wastes to the mesas beyond, back south towards the river, where just the hint of the fungal forest peaks above the sheltering eaves of the canyon. You were always a wandering sort, Baloo, and it seemed only a matter of time before we parted ways again. Whatever is out here, I hope you find it.
I will. I don't know what my standing is with you and the teachings right now, although I don't want to talk politics, but things are different than they used to be.
I know. And he just sort of like shares your walk with you for a while. as just walk along the red sands in quiet. And then when he senses you're ready for him to leave, he turns to you one last time. I cannot say what the repercussions will be, Baloo, for you breaking faith with us. But know that you will always have friends there. There will always be people who wish you well. And with that, he disappears like desert sand blown away in the wind.
Nice.
That's towards the end of your first night out in the desert.
Oh my goodness.
So why don't you tell us what the next couple of days are like, and then how you begin making your way towards finding the rest of the party.
Ooh, night one's rough. Jasper hit him in the feels real low. And, he met his mentor when he was vulnerable, young. He got caught with his pants down with his fire crew. And he was taken under the wing, or the lizard arm fold, whatever. And really showed compassion in a way that he hadn't felt before. He got connected to the world. Now he feels disconnected. So he seeks fire at night. It gets dark, too dark for his own liking, and cold. He's colder than he's ever been. He starts a fire, but there's nothing to start a fire with, so he just keeps feeding it. Just channeling his magic, his fire, into the rocks until they start to burn and disintegrate. And he just spends as long as he can making that flame until he passes out.
All right. Baloo sort of carries this intensity and fury within him through the rest of his trip. Yes, there's a matching sense of anger that you feel around you. You sort of start to feel on your second day a connection to a world that no longer exists. You can feel old roots dead beneath the earth, buried. You feel the life that used to inhabit this place. The ache of its corpse calls out to you, and you just sort of feel this pull of a life force that is spent and reaching for something to connect with. And it's just endless desert as near as you can see. You know you're not that far from the river, but it's quite isolated, this section.
Yeah. Baloo wanders on until he finds a massive stone. And he feels below it, looks around. He's looking for hard rock, bedrock. And when he finds it, he's going to meld with stone and sit in the rock and try to listen and hear that ancient voice in the root. And then after he gets bored of that, he'll probably leave, but go on.
Before he gets bored, something happens. There's a weird sensation, like in that moment that Baloo's boredom normally gets the better of him. There's a change of a sensation, and the priests of the fellowship had long talked about what it's like to commune with the great tree and its channel towards those planes of life-giving energy that it's bringing back into the world.
Yeah,
and they talk about the sensation of feeling connected to all living things, of being able to trace the connections and see how the web of life actually unfolds. And Baloo feels something similar but different, more of a natural necromancy, as you feel the world as it was, the great forests that used to cover this land, that even covered the canyon that the Horn River now flows through completely, and the great ocean to the west of that forest. Life-giving, vibrant, and alive, and how it was snuffed out in a frozen century of no sun. Its members of that forest cut up to make war machines and castles and fortifications. Its corpses of its children left to rot in the frozen wasteland, and how when that sun was returned, there was nothing left to give life. And all that brings you is a sense of anguish and a land crying out for someone to act as its conduit, its avenger.
Yeah. Oh. Baloo feels the ember reignite. And then he burns his way out of the rock, faces the sky, calls down lightning, and demands that the world be heard. This place does not need cleaning. It needs to be resurrected. It needs change. And he can give it.
Mm-hmm. Baloo feels his connection to the great tree of Andrus severed. You no longer feel its pull, but something has replaced it. Some other connection. And this is the towards the evening on the second day, and you're not that far from the Drow outpost. So tell us about your third day of travel as you make it from there to the Drow outpost.
Blue would spend the morning looking for something to eat.
Okay.
He's decided that since he's left the tree, or the tree has left him, he needs to feed himself.
Mm-hmm. So this time of day, you're bugs under rocks, lizards in the shade of rocks, and that's about it until sundown.
Yeah. Well, he normally prefers plants, but not right now. He's going to eat all the bugs he can find.
Okay.
And he's going to cook them all. He's going to just put a little flame in his finger and roast them. Because if you don't burn them too much, they'll stay within their shell. They'll get crunchy, like a hard candy. Sure. Yeah. He's going to do that to a couple rad scorpions, or whatever he can find.
Yeah.
And he's just going to eat venom and bug meat and exoskeleton, and then he's going to Anna's eating.
That's fine.
he's going to let the juices flow out of his mouth and onto his big bugbear beard. It's going to be great.
Make this so much better.
Okay, good. Okay.
Spot
also,
on.
Quick side note: I'm eating homemade pizza, like a savage, with a knife and a fork.
Oh yeah.
Knife is huge. Sorry.
No.
Fight me.
Yeah, no. Knife and fork is the way to go.
Fight the barbarian.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So Baloo sates his hunger on the morning insect haul and makes his way towards the Drow outpost. Now, from where you're at, you can see you're sort of in the hilly area just outside the Drow outpost. Immediately to the north of you is a large mesa of some kind, and it seems as though looking at it even from the distance, you can see it riddled with holes and caves and the like. Sort of to your south, you can see the two towers of the Drow bridge that crosses the canyon as they jut up over the canyon lip to sort of command the view around. You're still about a day away, but you're no danger of getting lost. You just there's actually a road eventually that you will come to that wasteland traders and the like use to get to the Drow outpost. So speaking of which, everyone else back at the Drow outpost, your evening was a night of luxury and opulence, the likes of which you may have never experienced before. Clean water flowing without end, delicious fruits and vegetables and sweetmeats and the like that delight the senses. Everything is soft and comfortable and enticing. And so give me an idea. How did you guys spend the night? And what's waking up like?
Well, if I recall, I was asleep on the floor of Mur's room.
Yep.
I'm checking myself in the morning. How do I smell? Do I have all my pieces?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're all good.
Mer wouldn't take anything from you.
No, she wouldn't. She would not.
How many
Gonna
hairs
cry
does
about
Gildan have?
Gildan's down to one hair, remember? He's down to the one spriggly.
Whole wig.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing the
Yeah.
scalp.
Oh, that's right. You're wearing the hat, the orc woman's scalp with the braid.
I have this
Very
long
fashionable.
braided scalp. I have like this ridiculous. Yeah.
It nearly touches the floor.
I look like Tong Po from the movie Kickboxer. I'm just like woohoo, and like so essentially, I'm I kind of get up. Is Mer in her bed or is she asleep in the bathtub?
I think she fell asleep in the bathtub, but she probably would have woken up once the water went to just warm instead of boiling, and then like got into bed.
All right, I'll try to not disturb her as I sing my morning hymns.
Ellie will wake up to this.
Yeah, I think
Beautiful
everyone.
sound.
Baloo hears it.
I
Alright.
bet it's our alarm clock now. Honestly, like if Gildan does it every morning, we're like trained to wake up to it.
Yeah.
As I'm like,
Hilton, is that you with your beautiful voice?
yes, child. It's the song of my people.
Oh,
The
good
wise
morning, Gildan.
She awakes us all. Good morning, Mer.
What a wonderful night.
Uh,
Actual bed.
We are still alive. Now the real trials and tribulations begin.
I need breakfast.
I will arrange to have it brought.
Thanks,
Oh,
Mom.
Drow people.
I was
Drow
just thinking
people. I'm
myself.
going out and I'm trying to find someone and try to figure out breakfast routine. Knowing our luck, we slept in and missed it. So,
Yeah, there's like a what you
a
call
buffet.
it?
It's like a Shoney's. You get
Yeah,
the-
like a Shoney's. They have like a golden corral downstairs.
Excuse me.
There is a commissary. You guys are staying in the southernmost tower, and
Yeah, the
there's
fourth
like
floor.
right. You're on the fourth floor, and then the bottom two floors are a much larger structure that has basically whatever it is you could need while you're staying there. You're not. They didn't send you to the tavern in the inn to stay with the rabble. You guys are staying in diplomats' quarters.
Oh,
Is there just a ton of food there?
Yes, yeah. There's morning breakfast there, and I believe Icky was staying on the top, the open air
balcony. Yeah.
balcony. Yes.
Ellie's
Yeah.
just gonna go to town to all the food.
Yeah,
Okay.
Icky's still up there, just kind of changing out the teeth in her dentures and cleaning up the little pieces of things that she had salvaged off of creatures, like their teeth and some ears and stuff, to make sure that she can sell them for market and everything.
I'm fixing Icky a plate to bring to her.
Okay.
Aww.
Icky notices like all morning. You're feeling like that this mesa that's immediately north of the Drow outpost is like mad dogging you. Just the whole, like, if this thing could just give you the stare, this piece of rock is just like getting on Icky's nerves.
Oh hell yeah. Icky's like, we're gonna go fuck it up. Icky feels fucking invincible right now. It's like, let's fucking fight. Let's do it. I saw one of those caves wink at me.
Right. That's it. I assume at some point Gildan shows up with food.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Icky, I bring you breakfast.
Yeah. Icky will like awkwardly take her lizard hands and like kind of try to grip at the plate, but then just grab the food straight off of it and put it in her mouth. She doesn't chew. She just like porks it straight down.
Would you like to wear the hair today?
Oh no. Icky has plenty of hair.
Gildan only has a single hair, but his new hair is plenty. Thank you.
This is immediately uncomfortable. Icky is like, yes.
Blinks with my big,
Like,
stupid goblin eyes. Just blink, blink. I looked in the mirror. The other two There's no chance they ever grow back.
Yeah, Icky doesn't know how to end the conversation, so she just hands him an ear.
I stuff it in one of my mini pockets because why not? It's like a 90s comic book Rob Liefeld character where I have a bunch of pouches all over, and it's like, oh yeah, house number 45, and then
Icky accepts this as the end. She's just like goes back.
And then when she finishes the food, I ask her if she, how was your night up here? What occurred? Anything unusual? Did the Drow try to kill us? I was sure they would try to kill us.
If they tried or if they did not try, we are still here.
This is true. Where are we heading to next? Do we return to Trade Town?
And she's like kind of looking around like, why are you asking me, son? But she's like,
it's
where?
No, I can tell. I'm very perceptive. So, the robot girl, she is naive and doesn't know where we should go, nor where she comes from. And Baloo is missing. And Myrrh, I'm not sure she can be trusted.
What is a robot?
It's like a metal person. A person made of metal. That's what a robot is. I said just like that, like a robot. I've seen them in my dreams. But I
wait, so Gildan knows what robots are? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Just checking.
I have my theories. So Myrrh, she is a sorry, chat killed me with a clip of Gildan is one hair away from being bald. Yes. Don't remind me. Myrrh is a half Drow, and though she is a good friend and she's very wise, I don't know. Like, I figured you were the safest person to ask because you are an outsider, you are unbiased, and you also chose to follow your heart instead of your stomach last night, and you refused to be boxed in a cage. And I accepted my cage.
Okay, so Icky's like following most of this conversation, but her mind is like definitely wandering back to like glare at that mesa. So like every couple of words she's like,
we go to the mesa?
Myrrh is half Drow, and we are
half devil.
Myrrh is half devil, and we were in hell, but we are not dead.
This is true. I think I can trust her for today.
Today is all we have.
And then, I kind of go back my way with this newfound icky wisdom in my head. And as I hit the stairs, I'm like, what's all that about? She's the tallest, so she must be the leader because Baloo's not here, and we need a leader, and it goes by height.
Myrrh 100% thinks, or Icky 100% thinks that Myrrh is the leader.
Yeah.
So she, as soon as he leaves, she just goes back to like mean mugging that piece.
So
she actually drops the plate over the side just to see how long it takes for it to hit the ground.
it takes a while. You're kind of high up.
She's very amused by that. She starts dropping some other stuff over the side.
Wow.
She's like, I am invincible.
So the Drow outpost during the day is quite busy, and shortly after sunrise, you start hearing the wasteland calls from caravans, mostly coming north. There's not much to the southwest of here. The yellow wastes stretch pretty much right from the edge of the canyon all the way southwest, and there are some people that live there along the edges, but for the most part, the caravans flow from the north and then south into the lands of the Fellowship. So you hear their calls all morning long, and the whole place starts to bustle and pick up as the morning the morning draws on. And so eventually all of the other people that are staying in the tower are up. There's a variety of goblins and hobgoblins and orcs and the like that are around. But you also see a great many of them have sort of like been ritually scarified and have what appear to be bones or teeth inserted under their skin along the arms or knuckles or their cheeks. You see a great many of them, not in the diplomats' quarters where you're at, but just sort of milling about outside and in the marketplace.
Ellie would immediately think that those people are the new coolest people to her. Like, forget the guys in the red robes. These guys with the scars and everything. Do you think they did a lot of fighting back in their day? Or
Would Myrrh know anything about these scarred and...
You know that the people that live to the northeast of here, like beyond the mesa that we're talking about, that they kind of like, they worship monsters, and they try to make themselves look like monsters.
Okay. Well, they those people who come from beyond the mesa that way, they worship monsters, and so by making themselves appear as monstrous as possible is one of the ways they show their great affection.
Gildan's pondering this philosophically. Sorry.
So wait, there's monsters that we can look up to that are good?
Good and evil are very subjective, you see.
I do not believe this word monster is a correct word.
Perhaps not. It is one of many words they use to describe the things they look up to.
Asians going off. Beautiful.
So you guys are having this conversation with like down while y'all are getting breakfast. And how long does Icky stay up on the tower? Do you eventually?
Leave? Icky does eventually like let the Mesa win this one and pack everything she owns back into her bag, and then like kind of just like who hulks down the stairs and everything. She does have out in her pouches the items that she does want to sell, which are mostly teeth and talons and tusks that she's picked up along the way. And so if she does see the guys with the ritual scarification and the teeth and everything, she's gonna like kind of be by them, just tusks, teeth.
Oh yeah, like they're super interested in your bits that you've got to sell. Now remind me again of the Providence. Where did you come? Where were those from?
These ones are pre-Trade Town, so these are the ones she couldn't sell in Trade Town. Right. They're a couple days old, but I'm sure they're fine once they're well polished. And she'll just say, "Many great, horrible creatures in the wastes."
Oh yeah, they're sort of like minor disagreements over which part of the animal it came from, or which it's like this or that, or no, I think it's this sort of thing. So like a lot of that, what they can do with it, they seem very interested, and it looks like they will purchase some of those. But they do also spend a lot of time examining your wares.
Icky has time.
It's very difficult to kind of track the passage of time here. If you're beneath the canopy, there's very little difference between day and night here, other than it's like nighttime, it's absolutely pitch black under the canopy, and daytime it's just really dark. So it's always very gloomy, very shadowy underneath the canopy. Like I said, the ground here is a nice fertile soil, and there's constant mushrooms that have fallen and are in the middle of decay, that are kind of kept in compost piles. And in fact, the Drow here actually sell their soil to those out in the wastes who are looking to do something with it. It's like
that's pretty cool.
The Fellowship. So that's mostly what this place is for, and it is quite busy. There is a market with both a building and sort of tents and pavilions around it. That's where Icky probably finds her buyers, and it's the center of activity once this place gets going. So I'm going to say Baloo will arrive sometime towards the afternoon. So let's say, Josh, roll me a d4. Okay.
1.
It'll be soon. Baloo is within sight of the northern. There's a northern gate, like a fence that covers one end of the rope bridge that leads down both across the canyon and the staircases down into the canyon where it is. So you're about an hour away from that. Everyone else is, I don't know if you're at the market or whatever. I'm also kind of curious because I missed it in the backstage chat. The group had found some loot at the last time on the river pirates, and had part of what they were doing that evening was dividing up the loot amongst themselves. I'm curious who got what and what they are doing with it. Anybody want to go first?
Sure. So Ellie ended up getting a half-plate bone armor, an explorer's pack, and a potion of strength.
Stone Giant.
Stone
Giant, I
Giant.
think, yes.
Yeah, that.
So yeah, the bone plate armor is just like a monster skeleton that's been kind of repurposed to make treated armor with. How about so what did Icky get?
Icky took 5 javelins, 1 short bow, 20 arrows, and 1 explorer's pack.
Okay. None of the other items, because everybody still had a big pile that hadn't quite been finished dividing up. Yeah.
I guess she'll take necrotic resistance.
Okay. That's the cloudy gunmetal gray gel. That's in there. And how about Myrrh?
Myrrh wound up with a self-mending red silk robe,
Yes.
a bracelet of spell storing, which has some charges of shield in there, a headband of intellect, and an explorer's pack. And if nobody else wants it, she'd probably take the spyglass too.
Yeah, that headband of intellect is what looks like it's a piece of technological magic. So it kind of will form fit to your head. It'll take a few days for your hair to adjust.
I've got like a veil kind of over my head to make it look decent right now until it adjusts fully.
Right. Someone's gonna have to like pick the hair through the net. Yeah. And then how about Gildan?
The rest I completely dismantled to tiny bits and strewed the parts about the desert. No, oops. Here's actually what I did with it, though. So I took the necklace of adaptation so I can breathe in the environment and also get advantage on saving throws against spells such as Cloud Kill. And I took the Wand of the War Mage. But what I did with a lot of the excess of armor and weapons and things like that, I placed any like brush or herbs or cacti or whatever in all the armor. Like I set it all up and like try to stand it up, and then I cast plant growth to cause it all to come bushy and overgrown, so it's like plant people positioned like they're soldiers standing in the desert. I don't know, I just think someone's gonna happen upon it and it'll become like this legendary landmark. They're like chia pets.
I love it.
That's great. What part of the desert do you do that in?
Wherever we got all the
got all it. All right.
So it's probably somewhat near the portal to hell, but just
by the portal to hell.
Okay, yeah, on the riverbank from the river too. Okay. It'll be like a Disney attraction. Every time you float by, you get the
the soldiers of the Caribbean.
Oh, it's a warning to all river pirates. Like, this is what happened to the last guys. They turned into plants.
Exactly.
It's all right. I didn't need any loot. It's okay.
It's all right. It's okay.
There's still loot.
There's still
any
loot
of the
left
magic
over.
stuff I handed over to Myrrh. It was mostly just the weapons and the excessive leather armor.
I guess I'm holding the excess potions then. Which
Okay.
are a potion of greater healing and a potion of water breathing.
So yeah, and then there was some other, I guess some more, some weapons and stuff. Although if Gildan took some of those too.
I took the great club plus 1 great club.
Okay, plus 1 great club. And then, so yeah, if there's any excess that you want to sell, the bazaar there can either find for trade or to sell. And they're selling all kinds of goods here. They sell everything from sort of like trade goods and other kind of mundane stuff to the stuff that the wasteland wanderers and scavengers would sell in Trade Town were it not the Fellowship. And so they do a great trade here in arcane objects and technological wonders as well.
There's technological wonders?
Oh yeah, there's all kind of whirling gizmos and gadgets and, just sort of like trinkets taken out of the desert that that are curiosities to people. Yeah.
What is the most interesting one to me? And here's what would interest me. Essentially, whatever most resembles natural life, but is clearly not. Essentially, Frankenstein's monster or Johnny Five, the robot. If Johnny Five's there, I want to buy him. But but if he, I'm essentially. Have they created life? Have they I'm looking.
There's a spindly, scrawny looking orc, like kind of emaciated and older, sitting with a shawl over him around a large pool. It looks like a large clay basin of some kind, and in it is a squabbling herd of homunculi, little tiny little automata and the like. And it appears as though, they sell livestock here. You can buy all manner of animals and such. And he's kind of hawking them as like pets.
Yeah, I'd like to get an automata. What do you desire for one of those? Like a little tiny servant, little clockwork guy.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like looks you up and down. He's like, "Do you have Drow coin?"
I got coin.
He kind of like, "Let me see."
I hold one up. There's more where this came from.
And is it actual coins or is it like shins, right? Like the just baubles.
I have 5 actual coins. What? So
you're rich.
That's
well, you're about to see how unrich Gildan can become. So, how much for an automata?
He looks at your coin and does the bite it.
Hold it. Yeah. Hold it.
Holds it in his hand, hands it back. He will take all 5 of those coins
for a single one. How about
you don't
2?
even have to feed it. It just goes.
Okay. I hand him the 5 coins. I take my great club and smash it right in front of him, never losing eye contact with him. It's like, mine's broken. Can I have another?
He starts grabbing the ones that are not like the ones that are alive, or maybe. It's like taking them in his hand.
Is Icky nearby enough to see this?
Yeah, this is in the marketplace.
Yeah,
Everybody's
she's gonna
around.
grab just like fistfuls of the scrap metal and say, like, scrap metal, 1 drow coin, 2 springs, 1 drow coin, mechanical eye.
And it's funny because at first in my head I'm like, oh, this is cool. I'm gonna have like a little robot doll. Then I was like, no, Gildan would just be like, you godless automaton trash.
Yeah, Icky is salvaging it for pieces to sell.
Yeah, the merchant is like, he didn't seem to have a sentimental attachment to it, but he was like, well, he's not gonna let you wreck the rest of his merchandise.
I was hoping they'd be 1 apiece, so I'd just be like, another. Keep them coming. All right, I've had my sillies for the day.
Awesome.
Okay.
This is why I'm not allowed on the really big channels. They're like,
right.
Icky is like on her way to a blacksmith to like melt down the metal, sell it.
Yeah, I hope she
guts.
So what are Ellie and Mur doing during sort of like this late morning, early afternoon phase.
Mer would probably be keeping close to Ellie for sure, making sure she's all safe and not getting stared at too much. She's also gonna ritually cast Detect Magic and wander about the marketplace a little bit, see if she can find anything fun.
Your Detect Magic is like a psychedelic kaleidoscope. At this point, you see great, powerful magic spirits lording over daggers and the like, runes that blaze with arcane power, and strange, mysterious sorts of other devices, that kind of thing.
What do I detect in my price range?
You can detect a variety of like wands and minor weapons and the like, things that are not.
Okay.
Those are kind of in your price
No
range.
evil spirit and an evil dagger. Okay.
Not that you can detect. Most of the magic that you can detect here is rather not particularly potent to begin with.
Okay, yeah. Mer actually has a decent bit of coin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She has like 160 gold.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot. That's actually quite a bit. So what are you in the market for?
Maybe like a nice bag to hold things in. If they had one of those, or anything to make her more sneaky.
There are a variety of merchants selling extra dimensional spaces if you'd like. Some of them are selling you like, are willing to sell you like raw tesseracts to other dimensions, or so they claim. Right? There are more practical extra dimensional spaces that are also more reliable for sale as well.
Okay. Yeah. And also she'd probably try to buy Ellie something like, what strikes your fancy? What kind of items are you in the market for? What sounds fun?
What sounds fun?
What
She
is
just
fun?
stays puzzled. Yeah. Stays puzzled for like what seems like a long time. And she kind of glances around, and whatever like the ugliest like little toy, that's what she would probably pick. Like the like oddest thing in this market. Doesn't have to be a toy, but like
I've got a whole table of random oddies if we just wanna.
Oh yeah.
I knew that
I knew this day would come.
But yeah, as Ellie, as Mur purchases it for Ellie, the vendor's like, "Be careful! Someone around here is smashing these." And he just puts it in. This is
This is up.
Oh,
This is
Take it.
I actually really like this one. So it's well, actually not really a toy. This is a magic mirror. If someone has a magic mirror that shows the viewer as he or she was years ago, uninjured and in the prime of youth and health.
Ooh, does it have like some fancy border or something?
It's like a total fairy tale mirror, right?
Or looks in it and it's the exact same as she looks now.
It'll kind of get her attention, and then just look into it, and then she'll see herself. I mean, just younger, right? And just be like, "Don't touch that mirror. That mirror is haunted."
Sure.
Touch it.
I don't quite think it is haunted, but if you would rather something else, we can keep looking.
It's haunted.
Perhaps nothing that will show you your reflection.
Yes.
So there's other things. There's like what looks to be a game board of some kind. It looks like colored pegs on a board that change color, and depending on where they are on the board. There's sort of like crystals that smoke and all other sorts of little magical and astonishing trinkets and the like.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead.
I think she would be interested in those like little mechanical things that she doesn't know what they are.
Yeah.
So
Get her a little wind up, like
Yeah.
frog or something.
Yeah, they're like, if for just like one of those, then that's like, it's just like, it's 5 coins.
What does it do?
It goes about its motions, keeps you company. I don't know what it is, really. Just cleaned it up.
Okay.
He's like, be careful.
Watching it.
Someone is smashing
Don't,
these.
don't feed it after midnight.
Oh, that's going to be the best adventure when we get there.
Right.
We fed the automatons after midnight.
What were you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's willing to sell you one. It doesn't look like you're gonna smash it. You're not. Actually,
Yeah.
it might look.
I'm
Well,
not
it doesn't look like
savage.
Mur's gonna smash it up.
No.
Is there a slum here?
There is. There's kind of one. There's a part of the tavern is not particularly reputable. That'd be the
Icky-
closest thing.
Yeah, Icky's gonna find like some down and out people, like down on their luck, kind of like hanging out in the shadows and stuff, and is gonna wrap up the last 9 pages that she has of that encyclopedia and try and sell them as spell scrolls. But she's gonna be like, no money, teeth will do.
Oh my god, I love it.
Out of their mouths.
I want. That's a good story. I want you to give me a deception check with advantage.
Ooh. This is awesome because she cannot read, so she has no idea. She just assumed it was a spell book.
Well, I don't know what Gildan's dictionary has in it, so.
You're selling the dictionary
No,
pages?
the dictionary is fine.
No, she's
My life's
taking
work.
the pages, rolled them up, and selling them as spell scrolls.
War criminal.
All right, that's a 19.
Oh yeah. There's 3 that start debating whether or not they should take their own teeth out or how easy it would be to get someone else's teeth. But then they decided that
Icky has no preference.
the discretion demands that they take their own teeth. Then it becomes a matter of haggling over how many teeth that Icky wants. Which they are wastelanders. They know how to haggle and will spend
Oh yeah,
a
yeah.
long time haggling.
Icky like looks at the 3 like of the 9 pages that she has, and she's like, I wonder how much these are worth to you. They are very powerful. Killed 2 mages on our way down.
What kind of teeth do you want? Incisors or molars?
Let me look. And Icky like will like inspect.
No.
Be like, that one is good. This one, 2 apiece. And you get 3 scrolls.
They start debating over which of them will be. It's going to be a while,
That's fine.
but Icky will get her teeth. Somewhere around this time, the blazing hot sun beating down on him, Baloo enters through the north gate of the Drow outpost here, and it's a kind of a picket fence that mostly just designed to, say like, this is our territory. It's not keeping much out, but a small gate next to a tower that Baloo enters in through, and there's actually a small group that's waiting to cross the bridge as you get there. Mostly traders and wasteland wanderers coming in to get a bit of reprieve. You can see that the entire outpost stretches out along the length of the canyon. There's a great fungal forest that fills up the space, although a great many of the larger mushroom stalks have been cut down to make room for buildings. And the whole outpost buzzes with activity, traders and merchants, wanderers, and the Drow all intermingling at the outpost as Baloo arrives.
Yeah, Baloo's filthy. Probably filthier than he should have been. Only 2.5 days. He's also covered in burns. But yeah, he would wander in. You said there's a welcoming party.
There's there's some Drow guards. They're wearing what appear to be treated insect carapace armor. and are armed with both spears and bows and more exotic weapons that man the tower and both the drawbridge. This place is heavily patrolled, and I mean, Baloo was a wanderer in his younger days, and the outpost here, it plays a vital role in the wasteland. So this may be a place that some of you are even familiar with. You've just never stayed here as diplomatic guests. And I imagine someone like Icky or Gildan probably sees people they recognize, or at least, in passing in the marketplace. So Baloo's probably in a similar situation. You know that there's always a Drow presence here, but it seems especially heightened now. Like, there are Drow guards everywhere as you come in through the northern gate.
Baloo will flash his badge and ask how the winds fare here.
The Drow guard, the winds fare very well. Always blowing out of the southwest, of course. But we are safe here, if that is what you ask.
Okay. Just looks like things were busy.
Yes. Well, you perhaps haven't heard. We send an expeditionary force to aid our allies in the Fellowship. As he looks at your bag, he's sort of like looking at your Fellowship badge as he says it and hands it back to you, like, seems you have perhaps been away for a while.
Yeah, you could say that. It's been a long while.
Yeah. He gives you a cop glance,
Yeah.
And
I'm being too vague for him.
Right. But he gestures you. I believe you had companions. They were staying in the Diplomat's Tower, just to the south.
Oh, they mentioned me. Oh, right. Okay. I'll go find them. Thanks.
All right. So you pass by this rope bridge spans the canyon, and two tall towers that you've been looking at all day are the sort of pylons that anchor this rope bridge. There is a staircase on the outside of both of them, what will get you to the floor below, which is a nice shaded. It's out of the sunlight. The soil is nice and soft and moist in a good way, not in a weird way, and is just very loamy and rich. And that is where Baloo finds himself. Most travelers are advised to get off on the north bank, which is where the tavern and the marketplace and everything else that is.
Yeah, he'd head there.
Okay.
He'd head towards the tavern.
Heading towards the tavern, you'll find Icky and three wasteland wanderers with bloody mouths, as they've got a dagger and a hammer, and they are trying to remove teeth.
Icky's like gently tilting the dagger like for a better angle for them. Like, yes, now strike gentle at first, and then one good one. Are you ready? One.
Yeah. So Baloo will approach Icky and just be like, "So business as usual then."
Business is good.
Okay. Where's everybody else?
And Icky kind of like looks around, like she had been keeping a lookout for Gildan at first, but now she's like, oh shit. Smashing things?
Okay. He must be very distraught.
And then like Icky does like a quick double take. Where have you been?
I couldn't tell you. Lost. It's been a
Icky
long
thinks
time.
this is like literal.
Oh yeah. He starts waxing philosophical at her, and it'd probably go over her head. He talked about being lost for like 30 years. And, yeah.
We were right there. You left a note.
I did, didn't I? Yeah.
Icky's like super confused by this now, but she feels like she should maybe be keeping an eye on these like ruffians before they jack her stuff.
Yeah.
So she's like, they missed you. Go.
Oh, okay. Missed you too, Icky.
Ugh.
Mhm.
It's like just a spray of blood like hits her cheek. She's like, go.
He'll go.
All right.
He'll go looking around for Gilton and where Ellie.
The marketplace is right next door, and it's not too long before you find your friends. It's packed, but not like overly crowded.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know which one of them you find first, but Ellie and Myrrh together, and Gildan is off on his own.
You want to know what I'm doing, right?
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Oh dear.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So, Gildan is making 5 charm bracelets for each of the party members with little trinkets he's able to pick up in the market. So, for Ellie, he's got a little fuzzy thing because she is soft and cute. For Icky, he has a beetle shell because she is strong. And for Myrrh, he got a orc's toenail that we've painted red. And for Baloo, I've got a pig snout that we've looped it through. Some sort of wild animal. Like
I thought you were going to say wedding ring, and I was just going to lose my shit.
it was going to be.
Oh.
We're not ready. We're not ready.
No, we're not ready. We're not ready.
We're not ready. We haven't even had that talk yet.
No, we haven't.
Were you there the week where we figured out I could marry people like mechanically in the rules?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Gotta make sure you don't say no, and I don't want to use magic. I want the time to be right.
We're gonna. Yeah. No, we're gonna.
That's gonna be a sad episode when like the wedding gets wrecked.
Oh god. It's gonna be
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm making charm bracelets for everyone because I feel bad for the things I said about Myrrh earlier, and she wasn't around. And also for bullying Ellie, and I've missed Baloo, and like, so that's what I'm doing. I'm like putting these things together.
so sentimental.
So at some point through all of this, the afternoon passes. Icky walks away with that's what 18 teeth and 3 less pages.
18 teeth.
It's awesome because Icky can't count, so she's like,
It's a big handful.
yes, this is correct.
Yeah. They gave you mostly molars.
Awesome.
Because they figured that their front teeth were super important.
Well, they probably can't afford meat anyway.
That's true. There's at some point the group is reunited somewhere between the tavern and the merchants, and we'll give you a second for everybody to get reunited, maybe see what y'all's next move is, and then we'll see what happens next.
What's going on, everybody?
Baloo! And she'll run and like hug you.
Oh, good, you are alive.
Blue gives a big hug and Telly.
Icky walks over and gives Gildan half of the teeth. She has not cleaned them.
Gross.
A gift?
And she like just kind of like awkwardly pats his head. And
A gift from me? I like put it around my neck like a scarf, like Ebenezer Scrooge. Thank you. Thank you 1,000 times. Look! And I hold up the little charm bracelets.
Oh dear.
Here, this one is for Myrrh because she is lovely, and this one is for Ellie because she is nice, and this one is for Icky because she is strong, and this one is for Baloo!
Hey, how's it going?
I just walk up and give him a hug.
Oh, I'm gonna pat his head, which means I'm gonna pat him like the palm of my hand.
Yes. Andre the Giant, just
Yeah. Yeah. What's going on, Gildan? Are you feeling okay?
I am. It's just I am scared to death of the Drow. I say really quietly, they're going to kill us all.
Do I hear this at all?
Probably. I'm not that quiet. In fact, there's probably 1 or 2 people in the street like, what's this guy's problem? I just told him that.
I sincerely doubt that would happen here.
Wait, we're gonna die?
My little
No.
heart's beating.
No, we're gonna be fine.
We're going to be just fine here. This is. They haven't killed you yet. They're not going to kill you.
Icky feels vindicated. She's not smart enough for an I told you so, but she thinks that.
She feels it. She got it. Speaking of Drow, Sabata Tekendar, one of the two commanders of the Drow forces, approaches you in the marketplace where you are. She's got two guards with her, and she's very smartly dressed in a Drow officer's uniform, slightly reinforced leather armor with a ceremonial sword, and she approaches the group of you. Good evening.
Greetings, cousin.
Yes, good afternoon. Perhaps you would come with me to some place a bit more private.
Certainly. I believe I am done with my shopping for the day.
Excellent. And she meets each one of your gazes and then gives a nod of her head before turning and going. Does not appear to be a woman of many words, Sabata. She leads you back to the Diplomat's Enclave in the South Tower. And it is there that there is a Drow scout just hanging out, waiting for someone to come in and talk to him. You guys enter, and Sabata gestures. This scout says that he found two of your servitors south along the river this morning.
This morning?
Yes, this morning. They were patrolling up and down. It was
How
not
close?
spotted. Just past the bend, where you described being assaulted by the river pirates.
Well, it appears that perhaps they are following us. This is not good. We should not stay here long then. We will be moving so as to not inconvenience.
These are the ones that you mentioned yesterday when you told me about how they fight.
Yes, the ones that attacked Trade Town. Very vulnerable to fire, it would seem.
We'll keep that in mind. It will be another day or two before the Tekendar forces have mustered, but we will march south as soon as they are ready.
Excellent.
And at that, she kind of looks over the group of you. She doesn't seem to be wanting anything, but she just kind of again meets each one of your gazes before nodding and exiting the room, leaving you alone with just the five of you.
Baloo would say hi to Myrrh. He forgot to.
Oh, well, hello again, Baloo. Oh, by the way,
All this tension between those two.
she's gonna pull out from her bag a little pack of cooking spices. Gildan, these are for you.
For me.
Yes.
Oh, how delightful. I'm gonna make you something nice.
Okay. She's going to go over to Baloo and pull out a little flask of oil, nice, good. One's in the clay pots where you can throw it and then light it up and it goes. Poof. This is to help you make fire when you desire.
Cool. Thank you.
It'll help to make fire, eh? Do you, Blue? There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm always looking for new ways.
Oh, and Icky, you do seem to spend a lot of time on your dentures, as it were. So I'm gonna pull out some floss, a big old spool of dental floss, and a toothbrush. This should aid you in that task. Get those hard to reach places.
Icky is now very uncomfortable. It's what is happening?
Have her open her mouth, show her how it's done. I can show you. I've done this once or twice.
These are multiple positive experiences. Icky is not raised for this. Icky's just what is happening? Yeah.
So, so as Icky gets her teeth brushed, her dentures brushed for the first time, I'm curious, what is y'all's next move here? Are you?
Now, we heard there were some servitors in town and they were chasing us.
to the not in town, but the near where the pirate ambush was.
Yeah, so there was like a whole other day's worth of travel between when you were ambushed and when you got to the Drow outpost.
Baloo, our leader has returned, I say, because I've established now Gildan goes by height for leadership.
Mur's gonna be like,
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, it's Mur, but
All you have to get is a really tall hat, and then Gildan will be like, Mur's the new leader.
only my horns had grown upwards instead of
Yeah.
inwardly. But this way they hold my veil, so it's so convenient.
Stand
yeah,
on Ellie's shoulders and trick me.
yeah. I mean, what you need to do is just like let Baloo pick you up whenever you need to say something important.
I'll just pull out a soapbox from my bag of holding and stand on it whenever I need to make
Yeah,
it.
and then I'll sit down.
Baloo,
Aye.
we must leave. It's not safe here with the Drow. We must go someplace else.
Yeah. What's your
Gildan's safe.
concern with the Drow?
Yes, Gildan, what is your discomfort with the Drow, if you do not mind me asking?
We hide things.
We hide things. Everyone hides things.
You are
Yeah.
only half Drow. You only hide half your things.
I hid you in a bag.
It's true. You hide things as well, but that was for my safety. This is not for safety. It's for secret. Secret keepers.
Does Ellie hide anything?
She has shared all she is ready for.
Okay. Just wanted to hear you say it, Gildan.
Icky just takes that as like, okay.
So
This seemed like a normal conversation.
when I stayed with the wise woman, there were 3 Drow that would come, and they would do horrible things to the wise woman's house, and she had us make sure they never came back. She said, make sure the Drow never come here again, and so those Drow never came back.
I feel that can go for any race, though. I have known awful goblins as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We work with what we have. And I was not raised a goblin. I was raised to be wise. And I'm just saying.
I was not speaking of you, Gildan. I was simply stating that you should not judge an entire race based off the actions of a few.
Just
What
sound
about the
biased.
actions of many? And I look around the city with a wild look in my eye. I'm just saying. Baloo, Mur, do you think we should stay here and live here forever? This is our new home.
No, there are people after us. We need to be on the move. But this is not a bad place. I've spent many years here, actually.
It's a good outpost, yeah. Gildan, do you need another hug?
No thanks. I've had my fill today.
Okay.
I do.
Ellie does. Okay.
So you guys have got enemies pursuing you about a day south, about a day's away from where you are now. The Drow do have a strong presence here, and more of them are arriving who will undoubtedly run into some of these scouts as they go down the river. To the north, you've got more Drow. You could keep going upriver as you go deeper and deeper into their territory and try to seek refuge there. You can go east past the mesa into the lands of the people who worship monsters and make themselves look like them, or I guess back south with the Drow to Trade Town and Fellowship and the like. There's not much to the west other than the Yellow Wastes. Not many people venture in or out of them, and other than some feral gnolls that live on their periphery, there's not much out there. So that's kind of where you're at right now.
Well, crew, what's up?
I want to go to the place that was green, the place that I saw in my vision. I want to go to the rock.
Do you have any idea in which direction that lays?
Southwest.
So towards where? Perhaps if we head west first and then south, we could circumvent these
All
pursuers.
roads, perhaps. Or we take the fight to them.
I do not feel there are enough of us to take the fight to them.
How many of them are there?
A pyramid full.
Oh. This is bad.
Icky feels like this conversation's gone on a long
Yeah.
time. And so she's like zoning out, but she's like trying to catch a view of that mesa.
Are you mean mugging
like
the mesa?
like around a giant mushroom, just kind of like kind of leaning against the doorway, like.
Uh-huh.
Do
Yeah,
we
you
catch
peek
this at
through.
all?
Yeah, I don't think
I
he's
think
very
he's
subtle.
being like,
Yeah, Icky doesn't see a reason to be subtle, so like the moment that she loses interest, she actually like just gets up and walks away from the conversation and just like walks to the door and like mean mugs that fucking mesa.
Yeah.
what
So
are you
yeah, I
looking
suppose
at?
everybody sees this, right?
Yeah. Yeah. What's wrong, Nikki?
There is a rock over there.
It's a big one.
It is outdoors, yes. There are many rocks.
There are caves in that rock.
Do you see something there?
It sees me.
What the hell happened while I was gone?
Nothing to warrant this.
It's kind of getting like that, like like when you're getting hyped up for a rap battle and you're like pacing across the stage. You're like, okay.
Related.
Do we need to investigate this rock to make you feel better, Ricky?
She's like a dog that's just like sees the mailman down the street.
Yeah.
Just gotta go
already
let
in
it
their fucking
sniff.
mind. Just like
hmm Okay,
do
so
what you want.
so Icky
That
wants
needs to
to.
go.
Okay, so Icky wants to go to the mesa. The mesa does sound interesting. It does look like it's
Aye.
pretty mean.
But
Myrrh,
Blue
what do
was
you?
watching it all day. Like you, it was in full view of you all day as you were walking, Blue.
I have no qualms about checking out this mesa on the way to whatever it is we are going towards. Gildon is interested in going southwest, so perhaps we check out the mesa, head west, and then circle around back south.
And like Icky just like turns on Myrrh and she's like a face full of sharp teeth. Like in a weird, it's more baring teeth than it is smiling, but just how many do we kill?
How many of what do we kill?
She doesn't elaborate. She feels like that question is sufficient.
As many as necessary?
Yes, we do this. I like Myrrh's plan.
So let me understand you straight. You guys are gonna go check out this mesa, and it's like you could be there by nightfall probably.
Mhm,
if
it's not
you-
that
if you
far.
really hustle. It's not that far. You got a whole rest of the half of the day left. You're gonna go there, and then you guys had said you were gonna go west. Now west is an endless dune sea of, as far as anyone
Ew.
knows, nothing.
Gross.
East is slightly more habitable, and there's actually like people there. So I just want to be sure which direction. At the moment, Gildan, the last time you sort of had an inclination of where this thing was in your vision, it was southwest in relation to where Trade Town was.
Yes, which is
Yeah.
why I was thinking we go south, we go back by Trade Town, and then we go southwest.
Gotcha. Understood.
Yeah.
Does
So
the mesa take us in the direction of where Gildan wants to go?
it wouldn't be that far out of the way, and you could either go back down the river, which is the way the Drow force is going to go, or you could kind of parallel them where Baloo was walking these last 3 days, and it might take a little longer, but it's not the river.
Okay.
Paralleling the Drow forces or traveling next to them or nearby them would not be a bad idea in case the pyramid shows up again.
Yes. So Icky's priorities right now are killing Mesa. And as long as Myrrh is up here, then we do that.
Okay, so on to the mesa it is, yeah.
Mhm.
Sure.
I'm gonna stock up on some food and water.
Okay.
I'm sorry in advance. Emily.
Rations and water.
And then let's see here real quick. Give me just a second. So we've got give me an idea. Anybody else gearing up or getting anything that they need for this short jaunt?
I should be okay.
Okay.
I don't know if there is anything to get for Baloo.
I can cast create food and water. I have a lot of spells that help to survive the waste.
I pass out a
Also
few business cards in case we stop back in on the city on our way back.
Icky's gonna try and get somebody to tell her a little something more about that metal that she picked up off of those servitors that she like plucked out of their skin and stuff, because she knows it's sharp and she knows it's strong and that it's flexible, but she doesn't know what it is exactly. So
You don't find anyone that knows. As far as they know, they all would buy it off of you for what seems like a lot of money.
is it a lot of money or is it like a lot of teeth and talons? And
No, they're willing to pay you like gold, like coinage, like minted Drow coins. Shiny.
Icky grabs one and she's like bending it between her talons. She's like, I don't know. Mer,
Yes.
I need an adult.
what is this?
This is money. You use it to purchase things instead of you trade it for things you like in the marketplace.
She just hands Mer some teeth. Yeah. Yes.
It is like teeth, but considered much more valuable to certain people.
Oh, better than teeth.
Mm.
I will take this. She'll just take whatever money they give her for the metal pieces that she has left over. Which are about 10. She has about like 10 of them.
Oh yeah, they'll give you a gold each for those. They're quite valuable.
Do I see like what she's selling?
It's like the metal parts
Yeah.
of the
Do I
form-fitting
feel
scale
like
armor.
she's getting gypped because she doesn't know what money is?
I mean, for scrap, it's
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is scrap.
it's kind of scrap. You get the feeling that he's probably lowballing her, but
We're teaching her about money slowly. We'll
Right.
we'll start with this.
it's like you get one of those like kids savings accounts. or
Yeah.
something.
I imagine that Icky like starks back to the slums to see if she can trade more teeth for the gold, but then Mer stops her. Like, no.
Yeah.
We can get you better teeth in the waist.
I'm gonna get one of these things, and I pull out my little lizard. What was it?
A little
Like an automaton thing.
automaton,
Yeah.
like little clockwork lizard or something.
Icky puts some teeth in Ellie's hand.
Oh, thanks.
Takes the automaton.
Mhm.
Wait,
Gildan sees it and just like wide-eyed. He's like, wait.
but I wasn't selling it.
Oh, trades it back.
You take your teeth.
Fine.
Am I
So
keeping-
Ellie,
Yeah.
would you like a beautiful necklace for that automaton? And I pull off the necklace of adaptation.
How nice is this necklace?
I mean, this is one of the jeweled magical necklaces you guys took from the River
Jeweled.
Pirates.
So
They
it's
came off the Arcanists.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. I like this one. Thank you.
Nice.
Proud of you, Ellie.
I love that.
You did a good job.
I'm gonna get that lizard.
Crank it up and its little mouth opens and closes.
Is there any spare loot?
Yes, actually, I believe that there is some spare things.
What'd you guys kill?
Pirates.
No. Yeah. Good.
Red people.
Yes,
you killed
there
some
were
red
some.
people?
They attacked us first.
Baloo, I saved this circlet for you.
And it's an
Blinded.
eyeball.
It's like a Terminator eyeball.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I got this eye.
Yeah.
This eye for you.
Yeah. I think I recognize this eye.
And there's also a silk robe. And a couple of potions.
Okay. I mean, I'll take what you got. You know,
Would you prefer water breathing or healing?
healing.
And I wanted to know your preference. I pull out one, this wooden stick.
But slightly larger on one side.
Arcane.
Okay. I thought you were going to start sizing me up for rings, but okay.
No. Well. And I pull it out and I go. It is a powerful wand. It makes the magic stronger. And I wanted to see if you would like to have it. To use, to keep forever.
I mean, that's a thoughtful gift if you're giving it. But are you giving it?
I'm giving it.
Okay.
No trades.
You sure? I can give you the eyeball.
I have no need for eyeballs.
Okay.
That's why I wear these.
Yeah.
I think you will like that eyeball. I examined it. I believe it shoots fire.
No. Okay. Yeah. No, I like the eyeball. Yeah. I like the eyeball, and I'll take. I wouldn't refuse a gift from Gildan. I'll take the wand as well.
All right. It's the wand of the war mage.
Yeah.
All right.
One of the war mage, and you have this eyeball. It's clearly an eyeball. It's mechanical and has a dull red, sort of lifeless glow to it. But it was plucked from the eye socket of one of the arcanists, and that's how you have to attune to it. You have to replace your eye with the cyborg eye.
We have to talk to Icky about this.
I can help
Icky
you out.
just like slowly licks one of her own eyeballs.
If you need help doing it, do you want me to help put it in?
I could assist as well.
Who would know? Who would know best?
Well, here's a little bit about me. So mechanically, I have a +4 in medicine, and I can make it up to a +8 by using my Blessing of the Wise.
Darn, I only have a +2.
Mm-hmm.
That close.
You could assist.
You can assist and they get advantage.
Oh man, this is gonna be great.
I will set my hands
Icky.
on Gildan's shoulders and I'll be like, I'm quite intrigued to see how you handle this eyeball situation. I will give him a bardic inspiration, which I believe is a D8 now.
And
Yeah.
Does anybody have guidance?
I do.
No.
Let's just stack it on.
I like to imagine
yeah.
that Icky's like holding Baloo's eyelids open in that case, whenever they start it.
All right,
Ellie,
Yeah.
do you want to leave the room? This is gonna get pretty gross.
Ellie, I want you to hold the bucket to catch his eyeball.
Wait, what's going on? I spaced out because I was playing with Alphonse.
Alphonse? Oh
Yeah.
As I stop, now I'm at disadvantage. We've ruined everything.
no.
No.
Right.
All right, let's see what
All
this
right,
roll
so
is.
here's how this works. So I'm getting assistance, correct?
correct.
Do I need to take it out first, or what do you? Or do
Let
No.
Gildan handle it.
I'm gonna
Just
do. I'm
lay
gonna
down.
do it. No.
Just hold.
And we've seen me pop
Still.
people's eyeballs out like back in episode 1. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do
Right, I do believe that's happened.
Yes.
I am gonna cast Calm Emotions on Baloo though, just so he's even more like super chill.
He's,
All right.
he, seems,
That
he
eyeball
seems
too.
oddly calm. He seems oddly
All right,
calm.
so Baloo, I want you to count to 5.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
On 3, I smack him in the back of the head, knocking his eyeball out. It's a good thing we stacked all those bonuses. Oh my gosh.
Can Icky catch it when it pops out?
36.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Maybe.
Mr. Surgeon over here.
No, and then as soon as it comes out, I catch it and I throw it for Icky to catch in her mouth.
Icky does catch it. She'll like lick it enough to clean it and then hand it back to Baloo.
Oh, that was supposed to be the right.
So this is like a clean. There's of course a meaty eye socket where Baloo's eye. Which eye did Baloo lose?
Oh, his right eye.
His right eye. All right, that makes 2 times in 2 days that someone has lost an eye on one of my games. So the right
what
eye as
is-
well.
Happened.
oh, don't worry. He's about to get a new one.
But
He's kind of like holding it shut, and he's in pain, of course, but he's like, okay, Now, somebody.
Yeah. Who's
Somebody
got the
put it back
cyborg eye?
Yeah, he'll
got
hold
it.
his good eye. Maybe he'll turn it towards him.
Okay. As you move to put the eye in, there's a little a compartment on the back. Literally, aperture's open and a little like wriggling wire thing seeks out your eyeball or your eye socket. It sounds very painful.
Oh God. Okay.
Icky immediately.
I'm glad I
regrets
cast calm
this.
emotion.
Yes.
Immediate
This is
regret.
fine.
Icky
Yeah.
has to like go outside because she's actually grossed out.
Yeah, it hurts more putting it in by a lot, guys. There's
Oh,
no way.
easily. Yeah.
I got a
Oh,
31 to put it in.
Nice.
Boom. Clean.
All right.
There's no scar. It's totally natural. No one would know. But now Baloo's right eye is a metallic, red glowing T-800 Terminator eye that acts as a circlet of blasting, which I think lets you cast Scorching Ray once a day.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah.
Refreshes at dawn with the light of the original scorching ray, the sun.
Sure.
Wait, so what's gonna happen with your other eye?
I don't know yet. Ah,
We could
There it
put it
is.
in a jar. I believe we could acquire some preserving agents if you'd like
yes.
to look at it.
We
You
should
know.
preserve it so if he ever dies, we can have him raised from his single eye that remains.
oh my God,
that's a
yes.
good idea.
Icky calls back into the building. Eyes are worth 4 teeth.
I will.
Let's find a way to preserve it. Although to be stated now, this is like my will and testament. I'd rather be reincarnated than resurrected. Thank you.
You still need a piece of flesh to reincarnate.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Well, then I'm going to work on the pain.
Ellie, is this how they built you? All right.
I don't know, but is Baloo gonna die?
No, he
No.
is fine.
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
fine.
you feel fine.
I'll
There's
pop back
no
to the
pain.
market real quick and buy some like preserving fluid in a jar.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Formaldehyde
alchemical
or something.
supplies like that.
Mm-hmm.
So this takes the it's late afternoon by the time everyone gets going with Baloo's new eye and everybody kitted out in their new gear.
Can I see out of it and everything?
Yeah, you can see out of it.
Okay.
If you didn't have dark vision, I might give you dark vision. Otherwise, but
Would you
That's
like
fine.
me to hold on to it for you? I have a bag. I don't believe it will be crushed in.
Yeah. Hold on to my eye. I trust you.
Let's get her step hold onto it.
curl himself around it.
That is 100% a terrible idea.
There's no way it's not.
You have no faith in him.
And you head north, out of the northern gate into the northern wastelands. Between the outpost and the mesa is a set of like really just rocky badland type terrain. It's a lot of micro canyons and gullies that you have to go through and around and up and down and the like. So give me a sense of who's in the lead, who's taking, who's on point, and if anyone's like on lookout or what they're doing as you spend the afternoon trekking.
I would like to lead the way and blaze the trail, and I'm still under the effects of my blessing, so I get a +10 to any like survival rolls to get through.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Icky is up with Gildan. Like, she's coming for that mesa. She's coming for it.
Okay. Nice.
She's ready.
I'll just be keeping an eye out,
Right.
chilling back with Baloo and Ellie.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've got my Rob Liefeld gun out, just like with my red eye open. You know,
Nice.
just like I'm just like 10-year-old me is like loving this.
Great.
Well, that's good. That's sort of the idea. So there is a there's a sense of emptiness that Baloo you kind of recognize from your walkabout about this place. You're not quite out of the Drow territory. You know that the immediate sides of the canyon that are within a short distance of the river, they patrol regularly, and so it's a lonely trek, and you don't really come across anything as you get there. But this mesa dominates your view, and like I said, it's riddled with caverns and caves, and it almost looks just completely unstable almost from the outside. And Icky, you never lose that sense that something is in one of those caves and has got its eyes on you, and you are being watched as you approach the mesa. It is close to the first sunset of the day as you reach the base of the mesa. It's large, quite actually, it's colossal, it's gigantic. And now that you're close to it, you can hear kind of hollow, sort of moaning sound that's coming from the caves.
What kind of moaning sound?
It's sort of like a very resonant and low moan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like a creature that makes it. It's more of an effect of the holes in the rock.
I had to ask.
Icky still feels pretty invincible, so she's like, as they get closer, she's like kind of pacing a little, like, like kind of.
Yeah, Blue's gonna ask Icky. I don't know if she'll respond, but what's in there?
I don't know.
Is it a thing? A feeling? The earth is angry as of late.
What?
The earth is angry.
What?
The earth is angry.
And she like looks down at the ground that they're walking on. What?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I got your back.
All right. So, how do you guys? At the moment, you see the side immediately facing you that there are 3 entrances within easy reach. There's a large, low opening right at ground level, almost like someone took the big claw or something and tore a strip of the bottom of this rock out with it. You can see that it leads deeper in. And then there are 2 other smaller entrances further up the mesa edge that would involve some climbing to get to.
I'm willing to climb.
I can go the distance.
I'm scrappy.
Yeah, no, I can climb if we need to. What do we think?
Have a race?
No theater.
Yeah, are you guys gonna have a race?
Would you like to make a wager?
Sure. Can I wild shape first?
I mean, that's entirely up to the terms of the wager, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Well, only if we get to have some creative dungeon mastering.
How are you
Icky
guys
just
gonna...
goes ahead and starts handing out pythons.
Yeah, I'm like kidding. I'm like considering it's like I'm gonna cast my spirit guardians, except not exclude him and just have them attack him while he.
You could use your necklace of adaptation and get like 7 hands.
Right.
Oh, that'd be
Climb
cool.
up the like super fast.
Yeah.
Well, the necklace of adaptation is mostly for breathing, but if it lets me change my limbs, that would be awesome.
Oh, is it? I thought it was basically the alter self.
No, it's just
No,
breathing.
I wish it was. That would
Oh,
be awesome.
lame.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome.
All right.
That's definitely not what I thought it was.
No.
Just kidding.
So yeah, it's mostly related to breath and inhaling toxic fumes and the like. So yeah, are you guys gonna race up? Because if that's the case, I'm gonna need some athletics checks unless you have a climb speed.
Better is not.
Okay.
Murr's not racing up. Which of the 2?
So,
There's a left one that's lower and a right one that's higher on the face of the rock.
so here's how I think I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
And we'll see what he does, and then we'll see what I do.
Mhm.
I'm gonna cast Meld into Stone, and then run up the stone like that,
Can you do
and
that?
try to get to the top as quickly as possible. There goes
I-
one slot.
Yeah, I think that's worth their little spell slot. I think Meld into Stone is really actually weak, so
Yeah, they kind
That's
of
fine.
nerfed it.
I really don't care for it. I mean, I guess it's nice if you need to hide out for a while in a wall or something.
Mhm.
But I do like the idea of it's like sort of swimming through the rock. Gildan is zipping on up, melded into the stone.
I'm turning into a giant wolf spider, and
Who's got the higher
climbing.
speed then?
I have a
I'm
40,
dashing at 60.
I have a 40 foot, so when I dash, it's 80.
Ooh.
Oh.
Now here, okay.
Oh, but he can go more of a direct line because he's in the stone.
That's true.
So here's what we do. I'm going you.
No, wait a minute.
Uh-huh.
You can move through the stone, but can you move into the stone and then up?
Yeah.
I would
There's
say so.
nothing that says I can't.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you be able to?
Because I read the description earlier and didn't say you could. That's fine.
Oh, well, yeah. Yes, that's what we're just saying. Meld
I
into
know.
stone is, I
That's
like
fine.
it more expansive.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, I didn't know you were
Uh,
going to cheat. I would have cast Melon Stone too. I have it.
Well, and then what I want to do is, so here's how I think we can do it. Because I think I also have a few more cheats that I can pull off.
Because you're not climbing.
background. Huh?
You're not climbing.
What are the rest of y'all doing while this is going?
Murder's just going, boys.
We're at that weird part of the relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Icky's kind of watching, but she's also like, are any of the caves in particular?
Yeah, I'm waiting to see
more
which cave
interesting?
Icky is
Right.
more inclined to
Tell me
do.
it's the one on the ground.
It's the one on the ground that Icky feels the strongest pull from, and from the darkness and the depths of the cave, that's where you can feel like you swear. You just I swear that there are eyes staring back at you from the darkness.
Yeah, Icky's like not even watching them race then, and has like, without a word, started into that cave. Just like, I'm gonna
Alright.
get you.
Ellie,
I'm
we should
ready.
probably follow while they race or whatever. And I'd like to keep an eye out for any traps or anything.
Okay.
I'm going to try to thorn whip myself up higher, too. It's just like, I got
So we've got Icky followed by Mur and Ellie going into the large low entrance at the ground level. Baloo and Gildan are halfway up their race. Gildan has a slight advantage because he can travel straight through the stone, but the wolf spider is rather fast and can scuttle quite quickly. There is you're gonna thorn whip yourself. Does Baloo have anything else that you could do to
Does he come out of the? Does
Hey,
he
like
come out of the
I guess
stone?
he like thorn whips and vaults out of the stone like a dolphin coming out of the water.
Yeah.
You cheater.
I was thinking about spike growthing onto his patch.
I'm going to try to web him with my butt.
I'm in the stone, though.
No, when you come out.
When you come out,
Yeah.
When you thorn whip dolphin dive out of
yeah.
the stone.
I think it's probably gonna come down to an
Let's make this
athletics
some
roll.
rolls.
I really
Yeah.
let's
Alright,
start
alright.
rolling. Like it feels like you guys have enough spell tricks to
Yeah.
keep it even.
Can I-
Before they do that,
Uh-huh.
Icky's going to realize that maybe she is probably invincible right now because she's like got this blood of the dragon nonsense, but
Mhm.
Mur and Ellie aren't, so she's gonna cast pass without a trace on us.
Nice. Okay.
We can all
I like
move
it.
sneaky.
Yeah, you've all got that plus 10 bonus if you're within what 20 feet of you.
30 feet.
30
30
feet.
feet, yeah.
Nice.
So
And if y'all are trying to be sneaky, give me some stealth
Yeah,
rolls. And I need
just baller.
I got 20 non-natural.
an
plus
unnatural
3.
20.
An unnatural 20, but 23 total.
Okay.
Let's see. With the
Not
plus
for Blue.
I've got 8 legs. Does that give me any kind of advantage?
34
I give him advantage on his roll. Yeah.
for stealth.
I figure it should give you some kind of
33.
I'm gonna cast
advantage.
blindness on him.
Do I get advantage?
You get plus
No, you get
10 to
plus
your
10.
stealth,
Yeah,
but
plus
you're at disadvantage because of your plate armor, half plate armor.
14.
14. Okay. Group stealth, half the group passed.
34,
so
33,
Ellie's,
14.
yeah, Ellie's a little loud, but you know. And then what did Baloo? Gelding got a 23, and Baloo got what for his roll to
Oh.
see who won?
Blue's tiny spider legs got an 11.
Oh no! At the
Yeah.
last minute, Baloo pulls through, or sorry, Gildan pulls through with the vine trick, zipping along past Baloo as your web barely misses him, trying to stick him in place before he gets there. And hot on his heels, Baloo scutters up to which of the two openings, the left or the right one, were y'all going for?
The lower, right?
The lower was left.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lower was the left one. You find yourselves It's just the two of you. You can't find at all any of your companions, nor will you be able to track them thanks to the Pass Without Trace spell.
They might find Ellie. Maybe.
And so Gildan and Baloo sort of find themselves alone on the middle opening of this.
Okay.
Icky and the rest.
Alone.
Oh, God. Icky and the rest pass into a large, low cavern, and the ceiling of it is like you can't even outstretch your hand before you touch ceiling. Right? We're talking like 6-foot ceilings or something like that.
Oh God! So Icky's like
kind of hunched.
Yeah, because she's 6'5".
Mm-hmm, kind of hunched.
Ooh.
And how tall is Ellie?
She is 6 feet something.
You probably have to stoop as well.
Yeah.
I get
Let's
the impression
assume Icky's on all
fine.
fours, because that's probably the most likely.
Mer's
That
like
probably
5'4",
is,
5'5".
yeah.
She's just like.
I'll double check.
Yeah. So it's barely 6 feet tall. And looking around here in the darkness, of course, the light of the first sun as it sets is almost like shining directly into this opening. And then the other sun that's in the sky is not far behind it. And you get it sort of, the cavern funnels itself quite a bit. And you notice that the sides kind of creep inward and inward until you are at really more like a narrow tunnel that leads deeper and down into the earth.
How am I feeling? How's Icky? Is there any outside intuition feeding Icky besides the dread of this cave?
Icky, as you walk forward into the cave, and particularly as you start getting into tunnels and passages that you don't have a good line of sight on, you swear that you almost keep seeing something that's right around the corner. It's a fleeting shadow, a tingling on your scales. Something tells you that there's whatever it is that you're pursuing is like steps ahead of you. And you almost don't notice it, I guess, but your amulet is starting to burn just scorching hot against your chest.
Yeah, I imagine she's also hyperventilating because of her claustrophobia.
It's very claustrophobic here.
Okay.
The corridors are tight and winding and look more like natural rock formations than any kind of worked tunnel system.
Okay.
As
that
you
means
go
she's
down.
Yeah, she's probably like panicking and she's like clawing her way forward along the walls.
Okay.
Like not just like hunting whatever she's hunting, but also struggling to get out.
Mm-hmm. There is a like I said, this sense that you're pursuing something that you're just hot on its heels. How about Ellie and Mur? You're watching Icky as she's racing through these tunnels, trying to get along. What are y'all doing as you follow along?
I'm still looking out for traps. But I'm also keeping a sharp eye on Icky, as she hasn't quite been the same since the mind possession thing, and this is a bit odd behavior for her, perhaps a bit. So she's just keeping a good eye on her. She's not going to stop her or anything.
Okay.
She knows that's probably not a good idea, but she's going to keep a good eye on her.
Okay. And what's Mur's passive perception?
Oh, my passive perception. Oops, that's the wrong button. There we go. 11.
11. Okay.
But I'm
Keep an eye out.
Mhm.
And then for Ellie, is there a light source? I don't think you've acquired.
Well, Ellie and I were linked arms, so
Okay.
she's with me.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah,
leave her.
as soon as you get out of that large cavern and down like the first couple of bends in the tunnels here, it's quite dark. So with Mur's assistance, you're able to walk along, but you're having trouble seeing. Icky, you pursue this sensation as far as it will go. Yes. Okay. It's tough to tell how far down you guys travel, but it is there's no light at all that you can see here. You seem like you are deep within the ground before the twisting tunnel opens up into a large gallery of some kind, a large cavern, and it extends beyond the limits of both Icky and Mur's dark vision and ability to see. There is natural rock formations, calcite formations, and the like. And on the ground, you can see scattered about are old bones and charred bits and old calcified coins as well. Let's cut back real quick to Baloo and Gildan.
Well, we're lying next to each other, cigarettes in hand. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm still a spider, so
That's true. That's
that'll
true.
be interesting. There's a little hairy spider arm comes up and just pets you.
Right.
Right. No. We are recovered from our vigorous activity, and even though our heat might be up, we're here for a reason.
Yeah.
You're really fast, Baloo, especially in spider form. I'm very impressed.
Blue would offer his back if you want to climb on.
I do. I climb on. I missed having Skitterstep as a mount. He's betrayed me.
Yeah. So you guys explore the tunnels with Gildan mounted on the back of Spider Baloo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is hardcore, man. I've always
Right.
wanted this action figure combo.
Right. I do kind of feel like the Cyber Eye might stay with you in your wild shape.
It
right?
has to.
It has to. It's not a natural thing.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
Right.
Nice.
I
love it.
So you guys are exploring
I've got a cannon.
Right. These tunnels are there are worked natural tunnels. It looks like someone has taken the natural cavities that are in the rock and flattened them out, smoothed them over, and the like. And you travel maybe 40 feet before you get to an intersection in the tunnels. There doesn't seem to be much here. You don't hear anything. There's just an echo of your skittering footsteps.
Can you climb up the wall onto the ceiling, and then we just walk on the ceiling down the cave system?
I don't know. Can we?
Is there a reason you couldn't? You can walk on walls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Spiders are fun.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, so long as you can hold on.
Okay.
I can hold on. I'm strong.
Oh yeah.
You can take the left passage or the right passage.
Good adventures go left, but let's do the right.
Okay. It's the larger of the two passages, the right one. And as you go down it, it sort of bends and seems like it sort of curves around a couple times. And then you come across an opening in the cave wall that's just been, it looks like the cave wall has been smashed outwards, and there's debris and rubble all in the I'm gonna have to turn off backstage chat because you guys are trying to
I'm sorry.
That's all right. There's a cave in right in the tunnel that you're in, rocks and debris and the like, and you have the choice to either go left into the new tunnel or continue onwards in the old tunnel.
Spider Blue pauses as if inquisitive.
God.
Anyway,
all right. I'm sorry.
Yes.
What'd you say, Baloo? I made the mistake of reading the chat.
Yes, Spider Blue would pause. What are we writing? Like collective fan fiction? So what's going on here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he would pause as if which way. In fact, he might even do a little turn.
Yeah. Give both of you, as you sort of pause and take stock, have both Gildan and Baloo make me perception checks.
16.
15.
Okay. Both of you can hear the sound of some sort of claws or something scraping on stone and a snuffling, snorting kind of noise coming from the fresh tunnel. great big shovelful of dirt comes flying out of it.
Oh.
Let's go on the ceiling and try to sneak in.
Okay. Going on the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then let's have Baloo give me a stealth check.
I think my spider form gives me a bonus. Or DM.
You just use the stats of whatever the spider has.
Or mine if it's better, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I forget the exact rules.
I don't know. Whatever.
Just use the spiders.
It's better than mine, so choose it. 21.
Okay. Spider Baloo deliberately walking along the edge, Gildan clinging to his back. You see ahead of you in the darkness a massive fleshy creature with like bony plates all along its back and shoulders. It's quadruped, like a large looks like maybe a bear-sized rodent, hairless, bony plates. Can't see its face. You can just see its back, squat, stout legs with these long, sharp claws digging away at the rock. And its sort of forelimbs, which are longer, paddling away with these giant paddle claws, getting the dirt behind it. And it's absolutely massive.
When you say absolutely massive,
I'm talking about large-sized.
okay. Yeah, it's like, what are we talking? Gargantuan?
sorry. It's a large-sized creature.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just
like an ancient red dragon or something.
right. It's just
Yeah, it's
massive.
Mog eats us now.
Mhm.
Burglar. Then I have solved a riddle. Let's I'm trying to think how I can mess with this thing. Baloo, do you want to kill this thing? Let me know, boy. Around his head. Lean into his ear.
Mm-hmm.
2 blinks yes, 1 blink no.
He'll look up with you with his creepy robot eye and just give you 2 blinks no.
2 blinks was yes, 1 blink was no. So you said 2 blinks?
Oh, incorrectly, yes. I did say 2 blinks.
Yeah, I know. So this is how it goes.
Is that how it goes?
All right.
I'm gonna stop you guys right there. On the verge of attacking, we're gonna cut back to the big cavern.
You told me incorrectly.
Yes. You can feel the empty space around you, having come out of the tight confines of the corkscrew tunnel that led down here. You can see it. Or sorry, not see, but sort of sense that the cavern is quite large. Give me an idea of how you initially take your steps into this cavern, littered as it is with old corroded coins and charred bones.
Maybe I'll pick up some of the old coins.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to finish updating.
That's okay.
Yeah, Icky is like, she's just overwhelmed by panic at this point, and it's like it's a panic that's like, I have to act somehow, and I don't know in which direction I'm supposed to be going. So she's like hyperventilating and like clawing out with her hands, trying to find walls, trying to find anything, just like has to put like some kind of motion in action.
Mm-hmm. There is a frenzy. As you get deeper into the cavern, the bones start to get much larger and larger, and you can see great big rib cages and thigh bones that just dwarf anything that you've seen before. Many of them are charred and blackened and mixed in with these coins that have corroded so much they've just fused into lumps and just a mess. And as you get further in, you hear the sound of something large in the dark moving. A sound of something, all of 3 of you. Something scraping, scales scraping on stone, and a brief and intense wave of heat that hits you.
Icky's gonna like stop right there and be like, and then like immediately like hunch down and make herself as small as possible.
I feel like
And kind of like behind her be like, and hope that Mur and Ellie see it as she's like inching away from wherever she was going. And only now does she feel like the danger Will Robinson that's like burning a hole into her chest.
Yeah, it's almost like it, feeling it. Just you feel that center of gravity from where the amulet is to to want to keep pushing you or pulling you forward. The rest of you stop what you're doing, and for a moment there's a tension in the air as the sound of a scale on stone is silent. And then from deeper into the cavern you see rays of light enter in very slowly at first, as if a shadow is moving and revealing something. And you can hear the sound of rocks rumbling and dirt shifting, and then nothing. And now the cavern you see is actually illuminated, as the other end of it is completely open to the air. And the other sun, as it makes its descent into the sky, sort of casts it in these pale purple and pink colors. But something at some point bore itself out of this mesa on the other side. And it is in this case, truly massive hole, easily 100 feet tall, 50 feet across. And the rock around it is melted smooth like glass.
Oh no. Icky's gonna like glance over her shoulder at Mur, just kind of like a very like wide-eyed like
Mur's look right back at Icky's like just as big-eyed, like this is bad.
I can't see anything, so Ellie's just like
I imagine Mur has like when you're driving and you do the mom arm like in this passenger seat when you're slamming the brakes. Imagine Mur's like that with Ellie right now, and it's just like this is bad towards me.
the arm feels like it's telling me this is bad.
Icky is waiting for like a solid order from someone, like something to be like, you need to go forward or you need to go back.
We can't see exactly what's in the room now that it's illuminated now, right?
It is illuminated now. In fact, a whole wall of this cavern is exposed to the air, bringing in the light. And you can see now that the cavern is littered with old bones and what must have been a rather large bed of coins that has since, it's now like fused into calcite lumps, basically. Oh. And in the middle of the room, not very far from Icky, and this is where you feel your pull coming from. It's almost like you've got one half of a magnet that's pulling you in the direction, is a pile of long, slender bones.
Well, I mean, Icky's kind of like she looks at the bones and then she like looks back at Mur, and now it's like it is a little panicky, but it's kind of like that look your cat gives you before it knocks your drink off of a desk.
Like, I know this is bad, what I'm about to do, but...
And Icky just like a fucking like iguana and just like kind of on all fours.
Face palm with my
carefully as Icky can, like face dragging the ground as she's moving. Just kind of like...
Mm-hmm.
Does she see anything else besides these bones? Like, you said scales dragging. Does she see anything that might be the source?
Don't see any
you haven't seen anything.
Is Icky illuminated? Like, this is very important.
Yeah, you can see. Everyone can see. There's light shining in to the cavern.
Could theoretically another creature see Icky?
Yes.
Oh, well. Icky's still dumb, so she's still gonna like and kind of like and kind of approach these glittering bones and not really check to see if Mur or Ellie are following. Just kind of like, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
That means Ellie can see now too, a little bit, right?
Ellie can see as well. So let's as Icky moves towards this pile of different bones that she feels the amulet drawing itself towards, let's see how Baloo and Gildan are up above as they check on this weird thing that seems to be digging a tunnel.
All right. How far away is it from me?
It is like 30 feet away from y'all. You know, Blue was rather quiet, and yeah, you guys got pretty close to it.
All right. So I got the 2 blinks. I look at the cyborg guy. I wink back twice, and then I start chanting out my battle hymn. And I cast Spirit Guardians and command the spider to charge into battle.
All right.
Can we hear his battle cry like down this first tunnel?
Yeah. Yes. So there are other. There are, looking now that the cave is illuminated, you can see that there are many other tunnels, some of them quite large, that run through this place, and it's otherwise been perfectly like dead quiet. And so Gildan's ululating call echoes through the tunnels.
Yeah, I go from like a half face palm to just a full face palm.
These hag puppets are swirling around us now.
Let's go ahead with Gildan and Blue. Give us an initiative. Ooh, I got kind of nice. I got 20.
Yes, I got 21.
Let's web that bad boy and just keep him trapped in the Spirit Guardians.
Yeah. So you're gonna web.
I mean, I can't actually web. I wish I knew how.
I don't know what he's
Oh,
doing.
you can't actually web with the wolf spider.
I don't think so.
No, I think it's like the Steeders. But they
Yeah.
changed Steeder from beast to monstrosity in Mordenkainen's.
Oh, did they?
Anyway, I could gripe about it, but I'm not.
I don't have Mordenkainen's yet. I could be drawing from Mordenkainen's.
Yeah. Not that many new beasts. So yeah, I don't know how you. I don't know that you're capable of spinning a web with this particular spider.
Well, my eye is available, right?
He has a web sense. He's a
Yes.
web walker, but he does not have a web action.
I'm gonna juice up my cannon, and Spider Baloo is gonna shoot 3
AC
scorching
15.
rays at it. Okay.
Pew pew pew. All right, so your spider mount shoots its laser eye at the thing.
Only hit with 1.
Okay.
And then, okay, I do. Oh, nice. I do 11 fire damage.
Okay.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to switch back to Baloo, hopping down onto my feet.
Okay.
Or falling. I don't know which is which. I'm going to try to land.
You can make me an acrobatics check or athletics, your preference.
Okay.
Same for Gildan.
Natural 20.
I got a 19.
You guys like superhero land off the thing. All right, so Baloo fires Scorching Ray at him. My turn. This thing sort of like shuffles around, having been been attacked by from behind, and you can see its front limbs are just like riddled with these bony ridges and these great big claws, and it has a mouth with like slavering sort of teeth, but in place of its face, nose, mouth, and the like, is just a mass of writhing, fleshy tentacles, like just a blooming flower of tendrils where its face is, as it sort of like feels the air around, and it's going to make a it's coming after you. It looks enraged. Again,
Don't blame him, really.
right.
Not my idea.
It's going to attack the bigger of the 2 targets. So which Blue's AC is 15?
As
Yes.
a spider, it might be different.
No, he's a person now.
Your person.
Oh, okay.
My bite hits. My claw does not. So the thing comes up to you. It's got a bite that that's going to be for 11 damage. It bites you for, and
when he came up to us, he would be within the Spirit Guardian range, right?
yeah, that is wisdom.
I believe so. So a wisdom saving throw.
I got a 17 for my first one.
He makes it, and he will take half of this, so he'll take half of 16, so 8 points of necrotic damage.
All right. And it is difficult terrain, but he had enough movement to get there. And that's that. It's Gilden's turn.
All right, so Gilden is going to do a little smash and bash action. So I'm going to attack him with the magic great club, and I got a 17 to hit.
17 hits.
And so damage will be 1d8 plus 1. So that is 7 points of magical bludgeoning damage. And I also cast my spiritual weapon to make an additional spectral hag puppet. This one's red, the rest are blue. And this one's quite a bit uglier than the rest. And it makes an attack, nat 20 critical hit to hit him.
Ah, damn. All right.
And that's not as much damage as I'd hoped. 13 points.
13 damage.
Yeah.
All right. Gilden. Yeah.
No, wait, I can't do it. I cast that spell. I was like, and then I ran away with my bonus action.
So many actions. Gilden Blue have launched the opening salvo in this. You can, and they sort of like, those of you in the cavern below can hear the war cry of Gilden and the shouts of everyone else as they join battle. You, however, Mur, Icky, and Ellie are in this giant cavern, one wall of it exposed to the open air, and Icky is being drawn to a set of long bones. Now, when I say long, they are considerably long, easily 20 to 30 feet long, and they appear hollow and, sort of like honeycombed on the inside, like wing bones.
Yeah, like bird bones.
Mm-hmm.
Guess I'm just gonna keep my eyes peeled in case something comes up. Icky's doing her thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna disrupt that. She's very intent. And also kind of like keep the mom safety arm on Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
And hold dissonant whispers in case I see something hostile.
Okay. And how about Ellie and Icky?
Can I peek out, kind of from under her arm, and then look up to see if there's like a monster or something, or anything?
Yeah, you can look up.
Do I see anything?
No. It appears to be an empty cavern littered with bones and corroded coins.
Don't see anything.
Perhaps Baloo and Gildan are just fighting it out. There's a lot of sexual tension between those two, and it has to be resolved in some way or another.
What is sexual tension?
I'll teach you about it later.
Okay.
No.
Woo!
Icky is oblivious to the conversation as I guess you're drawn to the to this pile of bones.
Yeah. Has she reached it yet? Like, how
Mhm.
far away was it? Okay, yeah. If she's reached it, then she'll go ahead and she'll start like examining them. And of course, she's an idiot, so she's gonna immediately touch them and like see what's up.
Icky experiences a vision. The cavern that you're in, lit by one of the setting suns, disappears. Or rather, I should say, the wall of it reappears as you were in the same cavern some time ago. You're lying on a bed of coins, thrashing about, scattering bones and the like. You feel angry and violent, and you are being attacked, swarmed by dozens and dozens of tiny, insignificant insects that have overwhelmed your powerful being. They're crawling all over you, and they've taken something sharp and violent to your wings. It seems as though that they are breaking them, snapping them, tearing them off as you scream and howl in rage, breathing fire from your nostrils and belching forth smoke from your throat. You seem unable to do anything about your situation while these insects take away your dignity and your ability to fly. And in a moment of just pure rage, summon forth something within you that scorches its way out of the cavern and obliterates the insects crawling all over you. And as you kind of come back to and you're in the cavern, hole in the wall, staring at the bones, you just feel an instinct that the necklace that you have somehow came from these bones.
In that case, like, Icky's gonna, like, kind of look down at the amulet and, like, try and, like, listen for that voice in her head that she denied so many days ago. 2 whole days ago.
Right, yeah, seems like so long ago.
Yeah. And, like, try and get, like, some sense that what she feels is correct.
Yeah, you don't hear that voice, but you feel another presence with you right now. And it seems satisfied and like what it wanted was complete. And it's almost like the satisfaction of you seeing what you saw is enough for the moment. But you hear no voice, no call to power like you did earlier.
Icky expected to be disappointed, but she's actually kind of content with that. So she'll just start going through everything and, like, touching all the bones and seeing if she sees anything else, which she probably doesn't.
Yeah.
She just touches everything.
Okay. There is a moment as Icky is going through the bones. Gildan and Blue are battling this thing, and those of you in the cavern can hear the sounds of their battle and hear the sounds of whatever creature it is that they're fighting, which makes a very bellowing sort of noise. And in the cavern, you start to hear scratches and scrapes all along the side tunnels that come into this, and you start seeing in the setting sun that of the cavern's light shadows on the walls of other things burrowing and rooting around inside the mesa. And I'm gonna have to call it a little early this week. I hate to have to do that, but real life calls me away, and this is as good a place as any, as the party finds themselves in an old lair of some kind that has been infested with new critters. There we go. That's next week. We'll see what happens. Thank you very much, guys. Let's get some thoughts and parting words from our players. Josh, how's it? How you feeling the new Baloo? I think you're muted, man.
Yes, new Blue is great. He's confident, even while he's also, like, in a bad place. It's great. Also, I'm pretty sure that this is a really funny way for us all to get killed. Because Gildan's like, "Can I kill this thing?" And I'm like, "Yes, no, yes." And then he kills it. And now all the spiders or whatever are out.
Mixed signals from Blue. Mm-hmm,
and it's because of our tumultuous relationship.
Sure. Absolutely.
We're going to come out of this stronger, though.
Yeah, it's true. We will.
This is how you're going to know I'm the one.
Exactly. But Jim, I'm doing pretty good. And people can catch you on Twitter at Beer for Charity. And I'm working on setting up an art Instagram. So that'll be forthcoming soon. And yeah. So I love everybody. That's the only other thing I got to say.
All right. Well, there you go. Right back at you. Anna, how are you?
Hello. I'm good. I need more D&D.
Yeah.
But that's okay. And it's always awesome just playing with you guys. And I love that the story's like getting into the creepy crawlies, which is awesome for me at least. So I don't know. Should be good.
The deeper we get, the more interesting it gets, certainly.
Okay.
Where can we find you?
So you guys can find me on Twitch as Cyborg Pizza or on Twitter as Enemy Photo. And I play the D&D, and I'll follow along and know about it there.
There you go. TK.
I'm stressed.
Oh no.
I was like, ooh, dragon. Oh, good. The dragon's dead. Oh, there's things in the walls. That's cool. Whatever.
We're gonna live.
That's fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's
It's
fine.
fine.
It's not my fault you guys split up.
It's my fault.
Why are we in the large cavern being punished for Gildo Balden's dick measuring contest?
First off, Gildo Balden is the best. Yes.
It's 50 Shades of Wasteland.
We are a dangerous ship. We're the Titanic.
You are. You're gonna take us all with you.
Yeah.
We deserve to be in the lifeboat. Okay, y'all can find me on Twitter. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all and say that I'm gonna have a website soon because we all know that's not true. So
it'll happen when it happens.
yeah, look for me on Twitter. I'll have the scoops, and I'll be complaining and drinking.
Oh wow.
Yes. All right. Lindy.
Yeah, that was great. We're all gonna die. Just kidding. We're not. We're fine. I feel like between Gildo Balden and the ladies, the ladies stand a decent chance of getting out of there.
There's like a large exit right there.
There is. It's right there. We know when to run. But yeah, no, that was super great. We got a little shopping, got a little hangout time. We're investigating some stuff. We have an idea of a direction where to go. Travel kind of with the Drow, but not with the Drow. So if we need help, they're there. I can't wait to see what happens next week. I'm really gonna be waiting on pins and needles because we're ending early.
Yes.
You know, Lord knows I don't have enough D&D in my life.
You don't.
You can find me online at LaughLoveLindy. Let's see, Sunday nights you can find me on this channel for RPGN with my wonderful co-host Pruitt, where we talk about the past week of tabletop gaming. So submit your clips, folks. We want to see your moments. It's great. It's awesome. We want to see them. Sunday evenings, Grimjack21502's channel. This weekend, we are having the season finale of Pulp Cthulhu. It's going to be really intense. I'm pretty sure Greg's going to kill somebody. Tuesdays, Tomes and Tentacles podcast, released by Encounter Roleplay. Tuesday evenings, my channel for Out of the Abyss. Wednesdays, Encounter Roleplay. Call of Cthulhu, also with Brute, in the afternoon, and then 3 hours later, Star Wars Rise of the Dark Side. Thursdays, right here, you can find me with all these lovely, beautiful people. Fridays, again, on Grimjack21502's channel for Firefly RPG, and then every other Saturday for Power Score RPG, and this Saturday for continuation, a small mini-series saga called The Pirates of Paradise on Scraticus's channel at the dawn of morning this week, unfortunately. But after
dawn.
that, it's gonna be like, midday. It's just there's a schedule conflict, and it's like way too early. But I'll survive. I might just be DMing in my PJs, though. We'll see.
Who knows? There you go. That's impressive. Grant.
Hi, everybody. My name's Grant Ellis. I'm an independent content creator for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, and I loved tonight's episode. It was so fun. There was a lot of RP. There was a lot of shenanigans, as always. I really enjoy playing Gildan as a character. Any character that doesn't really have an arc normally fits my style of insane playing and ridiculousness. It's just fun to play a shenanigans guy. And we're going to survive. There's not going to be any issues. And I may come out of this with a new husband. You can find me online on Twitter at WisePapaGrant, on Twitch at Grant R. Ellis. You can always see me here every Thursday on WebDM's Land Between Two Rivers. Fridays, I run Life on Mard. I have one episode left on Off the Table. Saturdays, I'm on all sorts of channels. Really just follow my Twitter and you can find. But typically, I also run Brave New Worlds on my channel. Sundays, I'm on Monty Cook Games' official Twitch channel, playing the Owl of Lycia Cypher System campaign. Mondays, I'm on the Greyhawk channel with Vile and Villainous. Tuesdays, I'm on Mythdon on Unmade Gaming. And on Wednesdays, I'm on Rise of the Dark Side on Encounter Roleplay with the lovely Lindy. I also host a show on Saturdays on Encounter Roleplay's YouTube channel called The Story Forge, which is all about world building for your tabletop role-playing games. And coming in June, I will be running the greatest D&D module of all time, the Queen of the Spiders campaign, modules GDQ 1 through 7. Pardon me. I also my walking pneumonia came back, but I'll get better eventually. That's all about me.
Well, there you go. I am, of course, Jim Davis, and this is, of course, WebDM Twitch. We appreciate you coming out and spending your Thursday evening, afternoon, late night, whatever it is for you with us. We appreciate all the retweets and the follows and the subs and all that good stuff. If you like us, if you like what we do, you can check us out, of course, on YouTube, where we have a DM advice show. And eventually, some point, I promise, trust me, we will get these archived on WebDM Plays, which is our second YouTube channel. We have a Patreon where if you want to get extra videos, podcasts, you can come check us out there. And of course, come check us out on Tuesday for Starward Bound, Sunday for RPGN. Yeah, that is it for us, folks. We appreciate it. Sorry to cut a little close or a little early this evening, but we'll see you next week. Later.